Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Podcasting and streaming around the globe. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, brought to you by Mecum Auctions Houston. The last day at NRG Center today.
They had some good stuff yesterday.
Just ahead, the executive editor of The Drive, Jeff, has a feature on the four-door Corvette prototype. What? A four-door Corvette. You've probably never seen it. You go into if you're watching on video. It's just ahead on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this Saturday for our live edition of the show. If you're listening on a podcast, we thank you for that as well. We get a fresh new podcast 6 days a week on this program, and then we do the live program on day 7. It's kind of like Sunday going to church.
Yeah.
Right?
We pray that we get on the air.
You know, whatever we do in the studio, it's truly amazing to me. We can screw it up from week to week, and somehow, today, on many of the, was it the live channels? Many of the live channels.
It was just the Facebook and YouTube.
We had some glitches this morning.
Yeah.
Well, we still have random.
We were on iHeart. Straight up at the top of the app.
iHeart ran fine.
Despite the fact that I had it not really queued up to do that.
It was kind of, I do not understand.
And we got here 30 minutes earlier than we normally do. So we wouldn't have these problems, and we had them anyway.
When we leave today, everything is turned off. Cameras are quieted. Everything's shut down. No one comes in here for a week. And then when we come back, something screws up.
It's the gremlins.
Yeah.
Never fails.
Yeah.
Andrew Collins, the man behind an online publication called The Drive. He is our guest right now. Andrew, a pleasant Saturday morning to you. How are you, sir?
Yes, you as well. I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you loud and clear, brother.
Excellent.
I like your Beetlejuice shirt.
Is that what it reminds you of?
Doesn't it?
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
There's that. So tell me about The Drive.
Yeah, so The Drive is the chronicle of car culture, kind of an automotive news website. We do product reviews, car reviews, and of course,
like us.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like you guys.
Where are you located?
I'm currently in Denver, Colorado. I spend most of my time in the Hudson Valley of New York, but we have staff all over the country, LA, Indiana, up north, Portland, Oregon. It's very widespread.
Now, are you a radio or TV guy?
We're mostly online, actually.
I know, but I'm talking about you personally.
Your background.
Well, a little bit of both, I guess. Done some appearances in the automotive realm on all kinds of platforms, radios and TV shows and all that good stuff.
I see. So you weren't a jock at some time or did news on the radio or TV?
Not as a full-time gig, just made appearances on shows like yourselves, and kind of bounced around.
Okay. Well, because you hold yourself as a really professional guy, and obviously in a professional setting. So, giving you kudos if I can.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So tell me about the show. What's the format? Is it a weekly show? Is it on the online all the time?
So there's a couple of different. So The Drive itself is like a news website, like the New York Times or CNN or Fox or anywhere you get your text-based news. And then we're on YouTube as well with on The Drive on YouTube, also easy to find. And every week we're currently running a show called Charisma, Carisma, kind of a little pun there, and that's kind of where we're looking at very unique, like custom cars and the people who have built them. So, like we've got an old BMW with a Nissan engine swapped into it and five-cylinder Volvo that's heavily modified, and kind of go into like the backstory of the person and the hot rod, right? So you get like their relationship with their car and kind of cool stories like that. So that's been pretty fun lately.
Gee whiz, we should have drug you with us to go on the hot rod tour here. We're going to have down in Texas in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. I bet you got some great ones down there.
Well, 350 cars. We go from along the coastline down in Victoria, Texas, and we head north through the famous Texas Hill Country and wind up in Lukenbach, Texas.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So that's our next big adventure. They were headed out of the studio on
a few weeks.
Yeah, we do remotes and that sort of thing at different car events. So your stuff is a little bit different than our stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. We don't necessarily. It sounds like you kind of focus on like the classic American muscle, which we touch on a little bit. But yeah, we kind of try to just cover a little bit, dabble in a little bit of everything.
Well, and that's us as well. We do car reviews. We get press cars. Mars and I do, and so we do car reviews as well. And so your stuff is updated, obviously, every day.
Oh, yeah. So on the website, there's new text-based stories every day, at least like 8 or 9 new stories, whether it's news and usually like a couple of car reviews a week. But, the news is always popping off. So there's new stuff every time you refresh the page.
Do you guys cover anything that goes on in Detroit with the big three?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything that has to do with basically the industry. And we try to write for a pretty broad audience, so we don't necessarily get into as specific as like big three executives changing hands or things like that. But anything that the car consumer can use and potentially affects, how your relationship with your car is going to change, we definitely try to cover.
So, are your reporters? Are they all journalists? Are they freelancers? How does that work?
Yeah, we've got a staff. Staff size fluctuates a little bit, but yeah, pretty much everybody is. I think you could consider us all journalists. We all come from different backgrounds. I studied anthropology in school personally and kind of worked in the automotive finance world for a while. I've worked in a lot of different aspects of the car biz and now have been reviewing cars for over a decade. So I've got pretty deep into that at this point.
Yeah. Well, we can relate to that. Mm-hmm. Mars, how about you?
Yeah, I find it very interesting to see what everybody else is doing. I made several visits to his site. I'll say it that way. Good. And because they do have a lot of information there.
I come from a Chippendales background.
Do you?
Yeah.
I kind of felt that. I know that Bald is back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, there you go. Mm-hmm. We have Mr. Mars down there in the end. He was the former president of the Texas Auto Writers Association for several years.
Yeah, several years.
And Jeff, nice. Jeff is our tire god. So he he went around the world with Pirelli and Goodyear and other tire manufacturers.
Cool.
So, and I'm just the schlup that fell into all of this through broadcasting. So that's how our
he pulled us in.
Yeah, I will say I did kind of get my start in something like what he's doing, except in the print world. I was doing freelance work for like street trucks and trucking and diesel world, people like that down here in Texas, because it was a lot cheaper to hire me than it was to fly them out of L.A. over to here.
Right.
So that's kind of where I got started.
So besides your press cars that you get out of the press fleet, what kind of car do you have personally?
Yeah, I've got a pretty eclectic fleet. I've got a 1975 International Scout. That's probably my oldest. That is my oldest. I've got a 98 Mitsubishi Montero. That's like an SUV type thing that's kind of modified for off-road adventures. I've got a 8th generation Honda Civic I use for racing because it's cheap to run. I've got a couple of BMWs. Got a BMW 3 Series Coupe E46. That's just kind of like our backroad cruiser. And then the pride of the fleet.
Wait a minute. The BMW is the backroad cruiser.
He needs to be introduced to the Lilienthals.
The Lilienthals. Yeah. Do you know the Lilienthals up in Portland?
Andy?
Yes,
Andy and Mercedes.
Yeah, I was just hanging out with Andy at Easter Jeep Safari a couple weeks ago.
Wow, they just got back from the Elcon. We just had him on the air last week. Yeah,
another Mitsubishi guy, actually. I think he's got a couple of Pajeros.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I mean, we got to be sure. In Texas, we
here we go.
We kind of tend to think that everything with the J sounds like an H. Well, in that particular case, it has a completely different meaning if you put it as a H as opposed to a J.
Yeah, I think that's why they sold him as Montero in America. That didn't really fly.
No.
Yeah, but they're a great couple. They're great kids, and they're part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, great! That's awesome. I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's cool. Cool connection.
We all get around, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
fun
so
part of
what
it.
finds you in Denver?
My sister lives out here, so I stay with her for a lot of the winter to go skiing. Actually,
Cheater.
Yeah, exactly. I've just been mooching off her guest room. And,
That's great.
enjoying the winter weather a little bit.
Yeah.
Testing all the vehicles in the snow. That's
Exactly,
It's research. It's research.
It is, yeah. And, actually, we did some events out in Utah, so it was a lot easier for me to get there. We did Easter Jeep, as I mentioned, and then Ford Ranger Raptor was a couple of weeks ago. So it was easier to get to those events.
Now, were those events paid for by the manufacturer?
Yep. Yeah. The manufacturers are always happy to pay for stuff like that. It's quite a thing.
Well, what's the one in Moab just last week?
Jeep Safari.
Yeah, Jeep Safari.
Yep,
I have a client of mine that took his son out there. He's a Jeepster. He's a massive vehicle.
Was that like about 1,000 Jeeps?
Well, he said closer to 10,000.
10,000.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. They all descend, and it's actually kind of one of the tougher times to actually go off-roading because the trails are so crowded.
Yeah, he said you got to get there early, and there's different ones for different styles of driving and different aspects. Yeah.
So if we go over to the drive this morning, what are we going to see?
Well, let's see what's going on. I probably should have checked my site.
He doesn't.
Well, actually, well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, so I'm just getting the sand out of my eyes. It's actually, at the top is a review I wrote about a motorcycle called the BMW CEO2, which is like an electric, kind of a scooter type of thing, very bizarre vehicle. And I reviewed that a couple weeks ago, and actually the story just went up. And a lot of electric car news, actually. Porsche Taycan recalled for fires, not so good. Some car reviews. We found a funny story about how the zoo transports giraffes in a colossally tall trailer.
Interesting. Interesting.
So it's a whole spread. It's a cornucopia.
Now, who runs your website? Do you do that, or does somebody else do it?
No. So the main guy is the editor-in-chief, Kyle Tromka. He kind of decides what we're going to cover, and he's the main man pulling the levers. And then we've got a deputy editor and a news editor, and they both kind of help the daily flow. My role as executive editor is I do a little bit of everything. I've been in the biz long enough that I've kind of had every job there is to have at a car website. So I do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and a little bit of writing and editing. And I also work on making relationships with companies. Like, for example, we do WD-40 sponsors some of our wrenching articles. So we'll do a story about a little project we're working on, and we'll be like, and here's how you use WD-40 in it. So stuff like that is also
fill in the gaps.
Domain. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, if you need anybody, Mike and I and Jeff, we're all looking for jobs. So, real job.
You got a good thing going here.
Well, yeah, we do.
Enjoy it.
We enjoy it.
Good.
Yeah, we're just looking to make a living doing it. That's the only thing. It's kind of like racing, I love racing. I go racing work on the car all the time, not making a dime. Matter of fact, it's costing me money every week. That kind of thing.
Well, you can quote me on this. I know how to make $20 million in racing.
Do you?
You start with $50 million.
Yeah,
that's right.
There you go.
Well, Andrew, it's great talking to you, my friend. The website is called The Drive.
Yep.
And I guess it's thedrive.com.
Yes, sir.
There you go. And I'm sure that you have presence on Facebook and the other social media platforms.
The Drive's on all those. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff.
Well, listen, good luck with your skiing activity while you're
Thanks, man.
before the snow melts.
Don't have much time left.
Yeah, stay in touch with us. It's great talking to you.
Likewise. Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice young kid. They're all kids nowadays.
They're all kids. Yeah, unfortunately.
What a wealth of knowledge on that.
But it's kind of it's kind of neat to see somebody that's that energetic and somebody that's in the business trying to have fun. I mean, this guy's smiling.
Energetic?
Energetic.
We're not? Or do we next? We got a foot in the grave? Or what are you saying, Mike? What are you really trying to say?
This sponsor is Prevagen.
Trying to say that in some places there's still hope for the future.
There's hope for all of us. Yeah. You betcha.
Yeah, you betcha.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of special features.
Where are we going
for you?
Because I got to get this going. Where are we going?
Well, why don't we do Mr. Mars? Well, we did this, but we did the 10 microcars, didn't we?
Right.
Okay, well, I can put that sheet away.
History, and then we can do one of mine.
Okay, well, I want to do your famous four-door Corvette.
Okay.
And then we've also got Hemmings Sold Cars Roundup, and I've also got recalls. Lots of recalls.
Okay. Well, you want to start with the Corvette?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, here we go.
All right.
This is a super rare Corvette according to what they tell me. It's a long four-door C3. No, this isn't it. This is it. It is a C3 Corvette. It popped up for sale. Now, the four-door 1980 Corvette was commissioned by GM and is one of only 6 produced known to still exist. It's hard to fathom, but there was a time when GM was considering building these four-door Corvettes. These days, we're constantly hit with rumors about Corvette sedan and perhaps a Corvette SUV. Did you, you want to say something on that?
Nope.
Okay. None of which actually made it to production. Well, kind of, sort of. The elongated C3 is, in fact, real, and GM didn't technically build it. They commissioned it from a company called California Custom Coach in Pasadena, California.
That's
Pasadena. A grand total of 6 of these vehicles were produced as part of an exercise to test the market and gauge interest in a family-friendly Corvette. And today, only 2 of the original cars are known to exist. The one you're seeing here is currently up for sale at a tidy sum of over $102,562.
I'll pass.
The car is completely original, right down to its number-matching drivetrain. It only has 20,000 miles on it, Mike, so if you're looking for something for the grandchildren, there to go. That's it. Apparently, it was going to be called the Corvette America, but the automaker knew it was a niche product and didn't really go over too well. They planned to build 40 of them per year. 1 prototype and 5 cars were produced, constructed from 2 Corvettes each. After slicing them in half and putting them back together, resulting in a wheelbase was 30 inches longer than a regular C3. It wasn't just the low interest that killed the Corvette America. It was the limo look, super cab-sized length, and the car's exorbitant cost. So while the C3 back in 80 went for about $13,000, this 4-door was set to go for $35,000 back in 80. So
hit the no button on that.
Yeah, nobody wanted it. I like it. I would drive it. This car's been around the block a few times. According to Barn Finds, which is a site you can go to, the 4-door Corvette first popped up back in 2017 with an insane price tag of $275,000. Then it resurfaced in 2019 on Craigslist for about 119. So will it sell for the 102? Who knows?
Oh, probably. Some rich guy will buy it.
Just because it's that unique.
Yep. But, I saw it. I liked it. I would drive it. I'd
drive it. I can't imagine driving a Corvette with that long of a wheelbase.
Well,
and I also, the B-pillar on that car is so thick. Yeah. How would you see around that?
Well, you'd have people in the back telling you where to go.
I guess.
But I like the body style of the 80. Anyway. I really like that.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I always like that body style of Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So we have recalls to tell you about. Kia Telluride being recalled for the 2022-2024 model years. The vehicle will roll away from the disengaged drive shaft.
Uh-oh.
Oops. Porsche recalling lots of Taycans. High voltage batteries may short circuit. Almost all of them from the 2020 model year all the way through 2023. And also, it goes on. Even the 24s. What are you doing back there?
Hiding my paperwork.
You're hiding your paperwork. You don't want anybody to see it?
No, I don't want Mike cheating.
You were one of those kind of guys in high school, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
When
I went.
You're a Lamborghini Huracan that you've got in the garage at home?
Yeah.
It's being recalled because high beams may not activate.
Oh, boy.
Or how about the fuel supply line may leak on the Ford Mustang 2024? It's being recalled.
The Ford Mustang, not the Mach-E, just the regular.
Gasoline motor. That would be the one with the fuel leak.
Yeah.
Ford Bronco Sport and the Maverick for 2023. The tires were manufactured incorrectly.
Oh, boy.
That's all it says.
That's a DOT problem.
Yeah, it is, but it's being recalled. So you get a new set of tires.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got about 30,000 miles on it and get you a new set for
3 millimeter, yeah.
Loss of drive power from damaged wiring harness on the Mercedes-Benz E350 and 450 for the 2024 model year. Improperly secured 12-volt ground connection on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. 1,500, 2,500, 3,500, 4,500 for the 2023 model year. Tire damage from contact with the wheel arch liner on the Ford Transit for 2023 and 2024. Yeah. And airbag may not deploy. Again, here we go. Subaru Legacy and Outback 2020 through 2022. High voltage batteries may short circuit on the Audi e-tron GT and RS e-tron GT 22 to 24 model years. And same thing on the 22 to 23 Audi e-tron GT. And I don't know why they've got it on here twice, but it's 2 recalls anyway. You got an Audi, you got anything,
look it up.
Yeah, go to safercar.gov and type in your VIN number, and it'll tell you whether your car has been recalled or not. Chrysler Pacifica and the Voyager for 24, the windshield may detach during a crash. So
Well,
don't crash it.
Aren't they supposed to have some type of give? Like you've got your crash crumple zones in the fenders.
Yeah, but I don't think that the windshield's supposed to fall out.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to stay intact. So if you're not wearing your seatbelt, you won't get thrown through the hole that was left by the windshield.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. What else am I missing? Oh, I wanted to do the cruising calendar is next half hour. What else? What else do you have? Anything else, Mr. Mars?
Auto history.
Auto history. Well, you want to do that?
All right.
If you give me just a second here.
All right. Well, I can do that. You have to pull up. See, we got this all balled up this morning because we had guests that, I can't do it this time, that we said we were going to do it, but we had to move it to another time.
Well, and plus just
there's a lot of juggling going on.
Lots of juggling going on. And speaking of juggling.
Juggling.
April 1888, Bertha Benz, wife of Carl Benz.
I knew her.
You probably dated her in school. Took the
and
Benz,
got divorced.
He needed the money.
Benz patent motor wagon number 3 on a 65-mile trip over in Germany without her husband knowing about it.
She stole it.
Yeah. And this was considered the first long-distance automobile trip, and it demonstrated the viability of the automobile as a practical mode of transportation.
She was doing wheelies with it.
She was a hero.
But she did figure out she's considered the disc brakes. She was going downhill and she couldn't stop, so she had a guy put some leather pads onto her wooden brakes on her wooden wheels, and that's where disc brakes evolved from that.
Well, there you have it.
She's a trendsetter.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
1970.
We go from this to 70.
Yeah. The AMC Gremlin was introduced.
You know what? Those were ugly cars at the time, but wouldn't you love to have one of those today?
Absolutely, with the LSN.
There are a lot of racers, a lot of dragsters, big blower on it.
Yep. It's a compact car, full of fuel efficient, one of the first subcompact cars produced in America. 1973, the first handheld mobile phone call was made in a car from a guy named Martin Cooper. He is the Motorola engineer who spent years and years developing mobile phones.
Isn't that the same guy that stole the DC-3 and parachuted out with $1 million?
DB Cooper.
That's his cousin.
A DB. I'm sorry.
This guy is still on hold.
I got you.
Yeah. So the phone actually became available in 1985. It took 10 hours to charge it for a 30-minute conversation.
It sounds like my EV that I had.
And it cost $3,995. Just like your EV.
Kind of like the $83,000 EV that I couldn't find a charger that worked to charge the car.
There you go.
Your payment for charging it was the same price as this phone.
Oh, my God.
And lastly, on this date, April the 1st, 2004, Google announced the launch of Google Maps. Not necessarily a car event, but it has changed the way people figure out how to get from point A to point B.
And it still is screwed up.
They haven't got it right yet.
Destination's on the right. No, it's not. That's a field that's in the right. I didn't type in an address for a field. No, it still gets it wrong.
I don't use it. I use other things.
What do you use?
Well,
Waze generally.
This says it's good. This is from San Jose to San Francisco, but do you know the way to San Jose?
Thank you. I knew you were going to go there.
There you
it's
go.
a long ways for that one, Jeff.
There you go.
It's a long way to Tipperary.
Tipperary.
Yeah.
Tipperary.
Temporary, whatever.
Didn't Frank Sinatra sing that?
I
don't know.
I don't
Boys,
know.
I believe.
Beastie. Oh, God.
We used to dance to it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great. Well, guess what we're going to do now? We're going to do Jeff's cruise-in calendar.
Oh, yeah. It's right here. I got it. Oh, there are a bunch. Oh, my goodness.
Well, the most important one is the one tomorrow.
Right. But there's like 15 different ones today going on in different parts of Southeast Texas.
Let's just do it for the ones in the afternoon today.
Okay. Well, some of them are going all day. Some of them started at 8 o'clock this morning, like the Bluebonnet Cruise from Buc-ee's and Katy. They're going to go out and do the Bluebonnet Cruise.
So that's not a cruise in, that's a cruise.
It's just a cruise.
Okay.
Then you got Coffee and Cars in Houston at Post HTX 401 Franklin Street in Houston.
The old post office.
Right. That's going on right now, as a matter of fact. And you got Torque Houston Cars and Coffee at Nose Cafe at 2120 Spring Stubner in Spring, Texas. That's going on right now. Actually, that's tomorrow. That one's tomorrow. I apologize. The O'Reilly Baytown Mike car show is coming up. That's at 7416 Garth Road in Baytown. That's from 9 to noon going on right now.
Stop by there later.
Yep, you could. And then tomorrow, we'll save the best for last, but you've got the weekly car meet up in Willis.
What you talking about, Willis?
At the D&M True Value in 400 West Montgomery Street in Willis, Texas. And then, of course, the big one. The one we all go to tomorrow is at the Avalon Diner. It's Chrome and Coffee. And that is
9 to noon.
9 to noon.
I'll see you there.
Yep. I might even make an adventure up there in my caddy.
Which one are we doing here? Are we doing this one?
We are going to do number 3, which is this one.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're not there yet.
Okay. Well, we just did that. We can do that one again.
Okay. Well, you want to do this one then?
Yeah, we'll do that one. Let me get out of this and we'll do that.
All right, fine.
Are you ready, Mike?
I'm going to go talk to Jeremy. Y'all go ahead on.
I'm going to go talk to a man about his dog.
Hold on. You're a pet lover, aren't you?
I can't entertain myself on
You're
this show.
You're a pet lover.
I am a pet lover. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We'll be right back.
The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Loopy Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Loopy Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Loopy Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Loopy Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana, stop in at the Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
By the way, I wanted to remind you that if you are headed out to the Mecum auction today, the doors are open, and they'll be open until they run all the rest of the cars through the auction today. So I would invite you to go out and check it out if you've not gone at all. We'll be right back.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge and Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV. But we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org.
Mecum Auctions, the world's largest collector car auction company, returns to Houston, Texas, April 4th through the 6th at NRG Center, featuring 1,000 muscle cars, Corvettes, trucks, customs, and more. Broadcast on Motor Trend TV and streaming live on Max. From avid collectors to those new to the Mecum experience, we welcome everyone. Register to bid now at Mecum.com.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn,